And a very good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, proud of the CIA. It's so much fun to say that. Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And I'm coming to you from Buffalo, New York, snowy, cold, northern latitudes, Buffalo, New York. We had a bit of a thaw today. We got up to 30 degrees. It's still mucky out there, but you know, I what can I say? I love my tourist town, having been born and raised here. So, big hello to Lynn and Alexis. Hello, dear friends. And Kari and Heather. Hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. Carrie's from Mexico. Sunshine. Fabulous. Hi, Lucy. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Every week we meet around this time. Sometimes I'm a little late, and we talk about the cosmic weather. We talk about, astrological musings. And I presume, I know we shouldn't presume anything, that anyone who's associated with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency probably has a pretty good read of their charts already. But I try to keep it kind of simple in case someone's new to astrology. So, do share this as I'm going through this. Get your friends excited about the cosmic language, the language of the creator. I'm every day in every way, I'm stunned by how amazing this astrology is. So the format is we come in, we chat, we share, we say good evening and say hi, Janice from Dallas, Janice from Dallas, Texas, Rosanna from Maryland, Altoona, PA. Good evening, Marianne, Lucy. Good evening, Renee from Buffalo. Hi, Alexis from North Carolina. You've been stoning since Sunday. Oh, I almost forgot about Izzy, right? The big snowstorm Izzy. So much has happened across the planet today, this week. And I'm going to talk about that. So the format is simply this, friends. I talk about the astrology. I try to keep it kind of simple. I know there's astrologers in the room, so bear with me. I'm trying to keep it very Reader's Digest form. I go through the week of some observations about the planets, and I do some spiritual message work. I'm also a medium. I've been trained in a part of the teaching community at Lilydale Assembly in upstate New York, the worldwide hub of spiritualism. In fact, dear friends, you astrologers in the room, remember what happened in the 19th century when we had the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction? Oh my gosh, that was the last time it conjuncted in Pisces, and we're going to have that same event, cosmic event, on April 12th of this year. So yes, the world is reaching out to spirit in so many different ways. More on that at some other point. So if you're not a member of the CIA, I would direct your attention to becoming a member. Great webinars, great podcasts. There's Tara who does work here. All sorts of live, wonderful, incredible astrologers from around the planet. Again, I'm here at this time, wherever you may be on the planet. Let's see. Is it over yet? Is it over yet? Tongue in cheek, she says. Is the CV collective experience of horror, fear, anxiety over yet? I think so. It's winding down. Even the pundits and even the power elite are saying, it's kind of coming down. We're coming around. Don't worry, we'll have other things to worry about, friends. I mean, it's life, right? But in some research I've done, I was really curious to see when pandemics start to wind down. And what I discovered, the big ones, right? 1919, 1958, 1968, Asian flu, Hong Kong flu, H1N1. When the nodes make a shift, there's a different form of collective experience. My friends, that has happened today. The true node of Taurus and Scorpio. I work with Mean, so I've been working with the nodes for a while. They moved over in December, but the true node actually moved forward in the sky, transiting today. And so, of course, Uranus moving forward, station direct yesterday, was bang, bang, bang. All the emphasis is on Taurus in your chart. So look to where Taurus falls in your chart. So when the nodes shift, the tone of the collective shifts. So you can do that historically. You can see it in your own charts, you astrologers out there, right? So, I mean, again, CIA is the place to learn about all these intricate astrological. They're not intricate. Well, they're intricate, but they're also logical. Astrology is very logical, but it has to become fluent in it, you have to use it. So that's why I'm directing you to the CIA again. Because I did, I think it was 2020, I did some work and research on the transiting nodes and articles and so forth. It's on there. It's on the website. And I did post the website for the CIA. Hello, Claudette, Maria, Antoinette, Finyar. Hello. All you have is a black screen. Oh no. Do you guys all see me? I'm not in a black screen. I can't speak to that, Clark. Hello from Scotland, Hope Finn. Where are you in Scotland? Hi, Gold Light. Hi, Baron. Memphis, Tennessee, Southern Florida. Hi, Bethway. You're very sweet, Lucy. Very sweet. Standing Buffalo from Nebraska. Blessings to you too. Good evening. Good evening or good morning, wherever you may be. Okay, you can see me? Y'all see me? I can't speak to your black screen, my friend. When in doubt, turn off your device and turn it back on. That's my excuse, or that's my solution for anything technological. But all of us, my dear friends, are seeing the interface of technology with matter this week. Truly. Now, I'm going to do a little personal sharing with you. True transparency. I love the woman who founded the CIA, Drea Simmons. I got to meet her in the flesh a couple times during astrological conferences. But way back when, this is relevant to this week, way back when in May of 2018, when Uranus made its big ingress into the sign of Taurus, we got to meet. We did a little mini conference in my hometown of Buffalo, New York, which is also a Taurus. So, friends, if you are fluent in astrological ease, look at even the history of Uranus and Taurus. That was way back when in the late 30s. Countdown to the a rise of the skyscraper, for example, where there's technological wonders were coming into our world in new ways. And we're doing the same thing right now. I don't know where you're all coming from right now, but I'm just going to say one of the news stories that was plastered across the airwaves and newspapers this week was the fear about the rollout of 5G and its impact on the aviation industry. Because as you know, I mean, planes are, a little intricate to fly, and they all work within a certain spectrum of wavelengths. So the 5G, the fear has been it's going to disrupt with safety precautions. Now, I don't know, again, what country you're all tuning in from, but that was a big story here. And in fact, the head of the aviation in the United States of America wrote a letter saying it was going to be catastrophic today if the rollout occurred. Now they're all negotiating above my pay grade, right? AT&T and Verizon are now negotiating with the airline industries to come to some sort of solution so this 5G apparently can be used near airports, not to interfere with the safety features of flying. So I'm showing or sharing that story with you because that's a perfect example of Uranus stationing direct yesterday and the North Node in Taurus shifting today in with the nodal shift. So what is this Taurus all about? Taurus is about the sign that rules nature, that rules sustenance, sensuality, the body, the physical body. And we're seeing Uranus, which is the gifter of all things technological and scientific, kind of earmarking with the natural world. We're going to be seeing more and more of these stories about frequencies we can't see, touch, or hear. That it would be Uranus, electricity, eccentricity, things off planet even, right? So Uranus in the sign of Taurus was retrograde since late August of last year. So where Taurus falls in your chart, you may have put on a shelf some goals, some dreams, some situation in your life that this week you got fired up over. Like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to do that since August. I'm going to move forward and fill in the blanks, manifest what I've been wanting to do, to express my personal creativity, to express my Uranus in my chart. Remember, Uranus is our natural gifts of uniqueness. We all have a little crazy and a little genius within us. So that's the gift of Uranus on a personal scale. So look where you find Taurus in your chart and see if that hypothesis fits for you, that back in August you wanted to do one thing, but you had to put it on the, down low. And then this week, as Uranus stationed direct at the 10th degree of Taurus, there was this sense that I have to move forward so much in my life. Okay. So, all right. Okay. I'm just going to, I think I am gonna have to call someone. I have to call someone right now. Because there's noise in my house. I'm fine, by the way, but I've been nursing a fractured foot. And that was my Uranus thing, because the Uranus stationing direct was opposite to my sun. And in any case, there you go. I just text someone. It's a little noisy in my house. So I don't always have privacy. I live with wonderful children who are adults, and dogs and cats. And when I do my little thing for you, I have to be sequestered away here in my kitchen. Well, in any case, friends, look where that falls in your chart, where Taurus falls in your chart. Uranus going direct was really giving a download to all of us today. The news story with the airlines and 5G is just one. The other story, of course, that's coming across, because Uranus also represents freedom, right? Freedom, freedom, freedom. In Great Britain today, the Prime Minister said there will be no more work restrictions, no more mandates, no more passports for the V's. That's one little story. Even Starbucks, the coffee shop, is saying no more mandates. The CDC says today, infection provided from protected people who've had the disease is as effective, but maybe it's not as safe, okay, this is the CDC, as the V's. So it's just kind of interesting. And then, of course, in this country, all eyes are on the Ukraine. So when we have a nodal shift, we often see what's happening that week regarding the major players in the world, the collective consciousness or unconsciousness, as it would be, and see how things are changing up. So see it in your own chart. Observe the news stories this week. This is a big week. And then we started the week with the amazing full moon. Let's talk about that. The full moon was in Cancer, and the Sabian symbol for our full moon was an Indian girl takes her white boyfriend home to meet the assembled tribe. And my estimation is that is the bridge builder degree, that we are trying to use love to cross bridges and different ideas, different beliefs, different cultures, building the bridge by love in this particular instance with the Sabian symbol. So we're still revelating over that full moon energy on Monday. Then we had the Uranus go direct, then we had the nodal shift. So a lot is going on. The full moon asks us to see in the dark in a new way. This full moon had Pluto directly opposite the moon. Pluto is intense. Pluto's the godfather. Pluto is power and control. And so you may have had some emotional, passive aggressive situations in your own personal life, since Monday. This is only Wednesday. We also had the T-square yesterday. And that T-square is a very focused bit of energy between the moon and Uranus. And then we also had Mercury retrograde in the mix of that T-square. So Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is asking us what? To look at all options, look at all situations, and have this kind of global consciousness. That's what Mercury in Aquarius wants we all to get along, right? That's Mercury in Aquarius. Will be retrograding all the way back to the late degrees of Capricorn. And then, of course, it stations direct on from Eastern Standard Time on February 3rd. But are you feeling a little It's a question for the night. Are you feeling like you really know something wants to change in your life, but you're not sure what direction to take? Are you feeling there's so many things I want to do? I want to make this the best year of my life. And oh my gosh, I've been, waiting for 2022. It seems like we're getting out of the CV, the crisis of the virus, but we're not quite there yet. But I have so much lost time. Relax, friends. We still have the retrogrades. When Venus goes direct on the 29th, when Mercury goes direct on the 4th, I think we'll have a beautiful download of what it is that really matters to each of us. Because Venus is about matter, what matters. Is it love? Is it money? Is it beauty? Is it all the above? And Mercury being retrograde says, I'm not sure what really matters. I'm still thinking about it. A lot of my clients have been just flummoxed because they're wondering when is this going to stop, this anxiety of not knowing. Be patient with yourself between now and the end of the month, really. It's just a good thing to do because we really are processing a whole lot. It's interesting because the full moon was reflecting the Pluto sun in those later degrees of Capricorn, right? So then we have Mercury going back into the later degrees of Capricorn. So the later degrees of Capricorn reflects the entire story of the previous 2 years. We've been in Capricorn land since January of 2020. The breakdown of the structures of our world and the call to become more focused on our own personal authority. All of our life is surrounded by rules, regulations, authority figures, the bosses. And I think one of the lessons as we move from this very strong Capricorn time in human history to then Aquarius is trying to download Saturn energy and become a master, an author of our own lives, become our own personal authorities. So that's some thoughts about what's going on. Okay. I did the full moon with Pluto next to it. Talked about Uranus going direct and all those interesting stories, the airlines, concerned about, I can't see this technology, but I know it affects me, 5G. Great Britain is squashing the referendums and the mandates. All right. Say hello to people in the room. Hello from Florida. Hi, Maria. Everyone can see me. Okay, Miami. Fabulous. Hello. Okay. Good afternoon from South Australia. Hello, Vixie. Hi, honey, from North Carolina. From beautiful Susan in BC. From Brazil. Hi, Adriana. You see everything now. Fabulous. Okay, my friends. I see you. I see you with my third eye. Hi, Rosia. Hello. Okay, very good. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Antoinette. Oh, you're very sweet, Finir. I was going to ask Hope, where are you in Scotland? Where are you in Scotland? I hope to get to Australia someday. Hi, Deb. All right. Very uncertain times. Ambiguous. Absolutely. We are all here for a reason, my friends. This is my thought. Michigan, yay. Hi, Lindsay. We're all here for a reason. And no kidding, the aspects out there are so unique. I mean, take this one example, right? The great mutation of December 21st of 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn came at 0 degrees of Aquarius. The last time that happened was the very beginning of the breakaway from the so-called medieval dark ages to the low Renaissance. We're living on the breakthrough of a new Renaissance. That was just one aspect. The aspect I mentioned earlier about the intuition aspect of Jupiter and Neptune coming together in April. And this new month of 2022 with all these retrogrades, our minds are spinning, but always trust the narrative and trust the process. Astrology gives us so much hope because everything's a cycle. right? So back to the full moon. We're doing this webcast under the light of the full moon. My question for you tonight: are you seeing something more clearly than you haven't seen before? Are you seeing in the darkness a little bit more clearly? Have you had some revelations? Or the other question might be, are you resurrecting something you started to do way back when in August of 2021, and you're dusting it off and you're saying, now it's time to put that in my agenda. I want to write that book. I want to make that job change. I want to move out of that house. I want to start a new relationship. Whatever you were thinking back in August, where it falls in Taurus in your chart, you're getting all revved up and ready to go. So use the energy, or the energy can use you. All right, that's my thought. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, about next week. So this week is like surprise, push, moving forward. Next week, until next Wednesday, it's going to be more of a workadoo week, because we've got the lunation, the last quarter square between the sun and the moon at 5 degrees of Scorpio. I'm a big lunation person. I look at the phases of the moon, right? And I do a little offering for people. It's called the Lunar Lights Club. You can read about that on my website if you like. But 5 degrees of Scorpio on Tuesday is going to light up the Scorpio part of your chart. It's at 5 degrees, which is the Sabian symbol of the gold rush. So some of us are saying, man, I'm going to go for the gold. I'm going to get my family or myself financially more secure. That, my friends, is the message of next week's energy on Tuesday. So we go from the full moon. We're disseminating right now. We're talking about what we learned from seeing in the dark on Monday with that intense Pluto. And then we're going to be building a new template for ourselves next week. So be aware where Scorpio falls, because it's all focused on that energy. Now, don't get too frustrated, because with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, we might not be able to quite complete everything, but we also have a grand trine next week. All right. We have Mars going into Capricorn. And as Mars goes into Capricorn, we get real serious about getting things done. Darn it. I'm going to accomplish what I need to accomplish. So that shift, let me get my book, I'll tell you the exact time. And again, for those of you who are not in Eastern Daylight Time, apologies. Tomorrow, in terms of timing, Eastern Standard Time. Wait, it's already happened. No, not quite. Hoorah! I get to change this on my Facebook page. The sun enters Aquarius in about 15 minutes from now. So I've got to change my picture on my website. But in any case, next Tuesday, we've got the square at 8:41 in the morning. That's Eastern Pacific time, 5:41 a.m. And that's the rest of the week. We're going to be very focused on accomplishment. We're going to have that early time of the week as our Mars enters Capricorn on Monday at 7:53 in the morning. It's going to say, let's get the job done. Let's produce. Let's be very serious with getting things accomplished. Meanwhile, I find it so interesting with Chiron still in conjunct Hygeia. We're all kind of questioning the bottom line or the narrative that's come out of those Capricorn people, right? All the experts out there, because Chiron in conjunct Hygeia is saying the way to handle our health and our medical situations is in conjunct. It's not quite working. Okay, maybe I should do my own research. That's the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. What's best for the whole world? And then, of course, Saturn and Uranus are still chomping at the bit. They're loose square. You know, this is still going to be going on in 2022. The tension between the rules of Saturn and the freedom urge of Uranus, that's still in effect. We are living in such interesting times. So what I'm going to do for you tonight, I'm not going to focus on the lunations. I'm just going to focus on where Taurus falls in your chart. Okay, where Taurus falls in your chart, long story, big picture. The nodes are going to be in Taurus, Scorpio, and there's so much to say about that. It's a time in history that's analogous to 2003, 2004, 1984, 1929, 1947, times when the world was struggling with very essential issues, right? I mean, in 84, famine was rampant and was being addressed by, I'm really dating myself, that was around in 84, right? With Live Aid, and those musicians gathered to help people with sustenance in 84. We go back to 1929, we all knew what happened then. In the early 30s, we had the Great Worldwide Depression. I'm not saying we're going to have a depression, but please, friends, with the Taurus Scorpio nodal shift this week, we are not going to be talking about the CV as much. We're going to be talking about food, clothing, shelter, money, abundance, beauty. We're going to be talking about what matters, the real deep things within our lives. So as I go through this, the Reader's Digest form of this, please know that this is good until 2023, and then we'll do our spiritual messages. Okay. All right. Okay, good. So a lot of you people know where you find beautiful. Claudette knows her chart. Check out where Taurus falls in your chart. All right. Okay. All right, Linnell, this resonates with her. She was restarting a yard project, was put on hold in August, and so it's in her fourth house. Perfect example, Linnell. So where you find that Taurus, we're starting something new with a nodal shift, but we're also directly activating what we started and we had to put on a shelf last summer or last August, and then we're taking it out of the bag to redo it. And there's this fire in our bellies for this week. If you are Aries or Aries rising, this Taurus emphasis is in your second house of money, values. And, a simple suggestion might be for you, Aries, to sit down and do a little brainstorming with all the wonderful things you do well and look at it and say, man, maybe I could have a little income stream from this hobby that I've put so much effort in. But it's about money and value, self-worth for our Aries friends. For Taurus, all eyes are on you. If you're Taurus rising or Taurus sun, this is a time you come into full authenticity. Right? The North Node is helping you along. Uranus is helping you along. And Uranus is reminding you, you can be a little crazy if you want. I mean, if your genius is shining through, who cares what people are saying about you? Be yourself. Be your authentic, creative, unique self, Taurus. Again, big picture until 2023, July. For our Gemini or Gemini friends, this particular energy is falling in your house of spirituality. It's in your house of retreat, relaxation, dreams, maybe connecting with spirit more, learning how to become more intuitive, learning how to meditate, and learning sometimes Gemini. And we know Geminis are traditionally a very social sign, but maybe Gemini, it's time just to get away from the maddening crowd and revel in your own wonderful aloneness. There's being alone and there's lonely, but Geminis, just take a break and be by yourself for a while. Learn how to be by yourself, because we know Geminis are social. All right. Cancer or Cancer rising. This energy is asking you to connect with your tribe, connect with your people, be more aware of the investment you make when you spend time with people who are like yourself or not like yourself. And we tend to feel a lot different, right? We always know the barometer is how your solar plexus is feeling. When you're with people and you walk away and you're like, oh man, I'm just so exhausted. I love that person, but they pull on my solar plexus bodies and I feel tired. This is the learning for the Cancers or Cancer risers with the next year and a half with this nodal shift. You may have found that Cancer this particular week. You may have said to yourself, I love that person, but I have to give boundaries to them. For our Leo or Leo rising people, the movement of Uranus and the movement of the North Node in your solar house of career is asking you to be that lion, be that star, be that king or queen, and take control of your kingdom. Change jobs, get promoted, become your own new company of some stripe. Really pay attention to how wonderful you want to contribute in the world, Leo, and go for it. You'll find that confidence even this week with the shift. Virgo or Virgo rising, this energy is asking you to do everything possible to expand your world, to travel more, to learn more. If you're a teacher, Virgo, or even not an official teacher, there are some things you might want to teach to others. So this is a very good template for our Virgos: teach, expand, grow, change, and travel. For Libra, it's time for you to step into your own magnificence, your own internal power, the power that's granted to you for being simply alive. And, Libra is one of those touchstone signs, right? Libra rising has this barometer of empathy. They put themselves in other people's shoes so easily. They can feel and hear intuitively people's judgment. No more of that, Libra. Step into your own space and say, hey, I'm great. And if they don't like it, goodbye. That's a message for the Libras or Libra risers. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this energy is asking you to become a better partner to the partners in your life. And really, friends, we don't have a lot of BFFs, truly. I mean, I don't know about you. I have lots of friends, but I have very few people who I know I can call at 2 a.m. Maybe I have one person I can do that with, right? In other words, Scorpio is becoming very mindful of the people that are really in their court. And by nature, Scorpio wants to encourage that BFF or become a better partner to them. With the Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this Taurus shift is asking you to take care of yourself better, to eat better, to move better, to sleep better, to think better thoughts, to be a little bit more cognizant of self-improvement. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, take down your hair. You've been beat up for the past 2 years with all these Capricorn planets affecting you on every level. Challenges, struggles. For the next year and a half, make fun a priority for you, Capricorn. Take your hair down, tap into your inner child. If you have children, spend more time with them. If you have grandchildren, spend even more time with them. So that's our Capricorn message for the next nodal shift and Uranus moving forward. Aquarius or Aquarius rising, it's all about the home and family and where I'm living, how I'm living, my remodeling projects, really taking care, Aquarius, of your little nest. That's the push. Gosh, I think of who comes to mind is my brother-in-law, Mr. Aquarius. He's taking care of his property tonight as I'm speaking this. I just thought of that. Okay, Pisces or Pisces rising, this energy is asking you to take control of your schedule. Sometimes Pisces just sacrifice and give. Put up the boundaries and say, all right, if it's Friday, I'm going to make sure I go to the spa or whatever, or get your feet done, right? Pisces love to get their tootsies done with those manicure or pedicure things. So Pisces is getting control of their schedule and also their mind. They're reinvesting in ways to think so that they're quieting their mind and they're not going all over the place and judging self, because Pisces is really good with that. All right. Okay. We're going to see some comments here. Hi, Cassie. Libra rising, completely hoping to access that. Yes, the internal power, Cassie, because it's time for I like the solar astrology. You might not be, you guys might not know all your rising signs, but all of this is very generic, but still has a nuggle and a kernel of truth when we look with sun sign astrology. Let's do some mediumship, friends. Now, how I do this, I ask you to hello, Anne, and let me know where you're all from. It's always fun. And you can always jump in, you can jump off. My only question to you, if you want to get a spirit messages, you have to be in the room. So let me know if you would like to get one. And all you say, I'm here, I'd like to get one. And I close my eyes. This is the only fair way I can think of doing this. And I just scroll down in the chat box where my finger falls, then I do the messages. Okay. All right. Cape Cod. Oh, wonderful. Cape Cod. Fabulous. Okay. Closing my eyes and say my prayer. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration. and healing as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Okay. On Linda Beshwet. Beshwait. Linda with an L. Linda with an L. Okay, and you're cool. Linda Beshwait. You're still in the room, honey? Just let me know if you're here. Zane Grey. Wasn't that an author, Drake? Okay. You never know who's going to be in the room. Are you still here, honey? Okay, Linda, as I'm tuning into your energy, I'm very aware. The first thing that comes to mind is gardening instruments, gardening tools, the rakes, the shovels, and the implements to create a landscaping paradise. I have no idea what that means for you. Maybe you do that. Maybe you're thinking about doing that, but someone from spirit used to really love to do that. He could have been a farmer. He could have been someone who just loved to have a big garden. And I feel this is a father energy. It could be grandfather. No, he's a grandfather. And he's got wispy white hair. And the gentleman who's coming in, who identifies as grandfather for you, my dear, loved the outdoors. He loved the gardening. He liked to tend to things. But it was something about his hair. Like he was kind of bald. He had a couple strands of white hair here. And he's remarking that you don't give yourself enough credit, that you think of yourself as having not the green thumb, but the black thumb. But as he is, he's very jovial. He's kind of like a Jupiterian type of spirit. But he had this stern look. Does this make sense? And you can say yay or nay. Okay. And that's for Linda. I'm still with you, Linda. As we move forward in 2022, my dear, I am circling May for you as a very important month. Of course, May is Taurus time of the year, and it's also the time, at least in the northern latitudes, I'm not sure where you're beaming in from, where we grow our crops and start planting. But why I'm zeroing in on May is because I think you've worked on all of your spiritual tools. Those are the tools that you're holding. Okay. Grandpa has the gardening tools. You have the spirit tools. I don't know if you do tarot, but you're doing some spiritual work, but I'm hearing spiritual tools you are mastering now. And as we get into May, when Jupiter moves on May 10th into the sign of Aries, that's when you start disseminating your knowledge to other people, your spiritual knowledge. And it could be just within your neighborhood. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to start up, a shop or start doing readings, but there's something about your confidence level. I want you to take a look at where Aries falls in your chart. That really shifts as we move into May of this year. The other thing I'm feeling for you, my dear, is a shifting of how you are presenting yourself, whether you have been abandoning wearing certain colors, investigating and improving the wardrobe, or having a new look, having a new persona. Spirit is saying that's a great thing. Play with it. You don't get stuck in the old routine. So I leave that with you, with your with many blessings. Linda, that's a good question. I think we all have spirit guides. We absolutely do. Okay. I get my information just from spirit, from Holy Spirit, but we all have guides, we all can do this. And you're absolutely right. We can all read our own future. And that, my friends, is the message of 2022. Circle April 12th, when Jupiter and Neptune come together in the sky. It's going to be an amazing time of honoring our right side of our brains, the right side of the hemisphere, because for too long, too many of us have been criticized for pursuing spiritual things. But that's, it's half of our brain is involved with connecting with the symbolic world, with music, with symbolism, with the dream world. So that's happening in April. I'll do one more mediumship message. Okay. All right. Rocio B. Chineros. I used to do broadcasting, and one of the reasons why I'm not doing that anymore is I'm terrible with pronunciation. So Rocio B. Cineros from LA. I would like to give you a reading, please. Okay. Rocio. Okay. You're very welcome, Marie. I love doing this with you guys. Okay. And thank you, Linda. I'm glad you could feel my energy, honey. You're very, very intuitive. Okay. Rocio, I'm in your energy now. Where'd you go, honey? Just say I'm here. Say I'm here. Rocio. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Rocio, you're still. Please just say you're here, honey. If you're not here, I have to pick someone else. You were there. Yes. Okay. I know there's always a delay. I mean, you're all the way in Los Angeles. Welcome to Cosmic Connections with Agent 56 of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. I do a big shout out for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency one more time. If you're not a member, please, I would suggest you do that. You can find me on my website. I have sign up for my newsletter. I'm always doing classes as well. Member of many of the big astrological organizations. Anyways, this is the place to be, though, on the platform of CIA. I'm going to do another prayer. Rocio, please, may I serve you. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and for the best as I align myself with the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'm getting a lot of restlessness with you, Rocio. And if the restlessness is, I'm almost like I feel like I'm pacing. I'm waiting for some answers. I'm waiting for some answers with where I'm living, how I'm living. And I'm feeling some anxiety, and I feel like you're doing a very good job with keeping it under control. I feel that you have been contemplating, if it's not physically moving from where you're living, then doing something about the environment so you feel more comfortable in the environment. And I'm feeling that when these planets, specifically Mercury goes direct, which is on the 3rd of February, and when Venus goes direct on the 29th, you exhale and say, okay, I don't have to make that change right away. I can postpone it. I'm also feeling there is a gentleman in your everyday life. This could be a spouse, this could be a boyfriend, who you've been kind of concerned about, but he's getting his, I would say, his act together. He's doing much better. And it also feels to me that you have had a lot of your goals delayed, but not hidden. You still have some amazing goals that have had to be on a shelf. I talked earlier about Uranus being retrograde since August. I don't think it's that goal. I think it's another long-term goal. But in 2022 for you, my dear, you resurrect those goals. And it's educational goals, by the way. Some educational goals. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to college, all right? You could be learning how to do tarot or how to do astrology, whatever this educational goal is. The way becomes clear for you in March, all right? And then you start doing this work and this learning, and you start applying it in the fall. And I get really excited with you because you've been doing a lot of introspection, and the word that Spirit is saying that you have been really forced to understand is patience. Patience, and compassion. You've mastered those two virtues, and now you're just wanting to fill up your cup with more information so you can absorb it and then give it out to other people. Oh, March is your birthday. Oh, how cool. You're taking a crystal healer. Thank you for this. And that's true. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. All right. Thank you for the feedback. So are you a Pisces? Or are you an Aries, Lucia? I should know that. I'm feeling Pisces energy with you. But I'm glad you're taking the crystal healer class. I have a dear friend in Florida who does that energy. Look where Pisces falls in your chart because that's also helping you. All right, dear friends, this has been so much fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. I love working with you. I love seeing people from around the world. I love people being interested and curious about astrology. Again, a shout out to my friends at the CIA. And I love you. All right, we'll see you next week. Have a great week. Circle Tuesday, the day before you see me. That's the day of the last quarter square with 5 degrees of Scorpio. Do the gold rush, put your goals on overdrive and go for it because it's a good week to get very clear on your abundance. God bless you. See you next time.